Football and America, they go together hand in hand, so it's only fitting that we premiere Sports City Chicago with a football episode. Mitch Robinson is here today speaking with Chicago Bear DJ Moore. We're going to talk about his life growing up in Spartanburg, to his high school years, to eventually the NFL.
All right, DJ, let's start. Growing up in Spartanburg, South Carolina, what is Spartanburg like?
I don't know. I mean, it's hot, pretty much. I mean, it ain't too much to do there or whatever, but, I mean, it's fun.
You a big family? Were a lot of extended family around you in the area?
Well yeah, my what was it, my mom's side? My grandma's side of the family is all probably from Spartanburg or whatever. So I got a lot of family in Spartanburg.
So I guess as a little kid, you couldn't really get away with much because somebody always knew who you were.
Well, I don't know, not really. You know, you was pretty much out on your own or whatever, hanging out with the kids in the neighborhood. I mean, with your mom being at home by herself, it's not like she can really watch you to the extent of somebody that got both parents there at home or whatever. So,
how early in age did you realize that you had some extra potential as an athlete, or was it someone who told you? Was it a coach or a family member that said, you know, if you apply yourself, you really got some tools here?
Well, I think in Little League football, maybe. I mean, you realize that you was better than everybody else or whatever. So it's like on every team, somebody had somebody that was the best player or whatever. So I happened to be one of the best players on my team or whatever. So
a lot of top athletes come from the South. You know, obviously in football, you guys, play football. You could play it year round in the weather and all. So, were there people from Spartanburg or that area that went on to college and everything that you guys were watching the whole time and were fans of? Anyone stand out?
Spartanburg. Probably you knew Stephen Davis because he was at Carolina, and then their training camp was in Spartanburg or whatever. So I mean, it was a lot, but it was a lot of guys who could play. You seen more guys that really didn't go anywhere that really could play than the people who went somewhere that could play.
Well, talk to me as you get to high school and now scouts start watching you. What's that like?
High school, well, I don't think too many people watched us. We was real good, though. You know, you always think that it's a little bit more you could have got, though. You know, it's like, oh, they watching me, but they doubting you or whatever. You see other players you go play against in all-star teams that's going to other schools with 4 and 5 stars, and you thinking like, man, like I didn't get an extra star because I'm better than this cat or whatever. But I mean, it's.
Are there a bunch of guys like that? Do you remember? Are there guys that are in the league now with you that you remember playing against in high school and they were getting the top recruits and everything, and you maybe didn't get any of that fanfare or?
Well, it was. Well, I mean, I think the guys that didn't leave me now was kind of like I was. I think. You know, Keem Nicks from the Giants.
Yep.
Well, he was from North Carolina. It was like a North Carolina, South Carolina All-Star game. He was pretty good. We had another guy, Prince Miller. He went to Georgia, and he was he was the man coming out of high school. He was a man, jeez Louise. But I thought he was gonna be good. I mean, he still got trying to be good now, but I thought he was gonna be the man for real. Cause I'm like, he good. I mean, he good. So, well, that's probably it.
When you go back to Spartanburg, are there guys though that are working there that you remember in high school football or whatever that they thought they were the man, but there wasn't a pro career waiting for them?
Well, it's everybody lived that dream or whatever, I guess. But it's mostly the teams that beat you.
Mine ended very quickly.
Yeah, it's mostly the team. The teams that beat you or whatever. I think we won the state championship my junior year, and the teams that beat you, like, we beat y'all. I'm like, we won the state championship or whatever. So, man, but.
What was recruiting like? How many schools did you visit?
One, I think.
Really?
went to Vanderbilt, and I visited after I had already committed or whatever, so it was one like a.
So you didn't get like the movie recruiting where they take you and you're out with everyone, they're showing you all the sites and stuff. You committed to Vanderbilt and then saw the school. You really had to prove yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Like everybody else. I mean, even if you go to a big school, you got to prove yourself. But the reason that I went to Vanderbilt is because my best friend, who was about to graduate on the 13th, I think, yeah, from Vanderbilt or whatever, we decided to go together. So they offered him first and seen me play when they came to see him, and then I got offered. So,
do you remember the game that they came to see him?
I think we played Woodruff.
And what did you do in that game? Because I know every guy remembers.
I think I had four touchdowns. Picked up a fumble, ran back a punt, and they had 2 receiving. So,
so pretty much they said, hey, maybe we should take a look at his buddy.
Yeah.
Nice. Is your buddy does he have a hope to get in the league?
Well, he did pro day, but I mean it's
tough.
It's just tough, you know. It's not really always if you're good or not. It's just if people got around to get to see you play and just want to take a chance on you or whatnot.
Well, so that's important because you talk about Vanderbilt, not usually getting a lot of attention for football and all, but the group that you guys played with, you had Jay Cutler. Well, he was already gone by the time you got there. But Earl, your teammate on the Bears, got to play a year with him. You had Earl playing with you. You had maybe the best 5-year window that Vanderbilt's had in as long as I can remember.
Well, see, the problem was, I played with Earl for 2 years, Earl and Chris. But the problem was everybody's not good at the same time. So it's more of a, well, Earl's good, but when he leaves, I get good.
SEC football, obviously, I mean, you look at a conference, what's it like being a member of that conference and going up against those teams every week?
I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's challenging or whatever. I think I don't know. I mean, the years I played, the only team that we really went close to, I think, was probably Florida. One year we was pretty close, but normally they had Tebow or whatever. They was blowing cats out of the water. But other than that, it was pretty competitive. I mean, the games were field goals, touchdowns, or whatnot. So,
can you compare what it's like to play a night game, big matchup in the SEC, and the crowd and the sound and everything going on there, to playing what you've experienced in the NFL and your playoff year and all this? Is there any comparison? Is it similar or not?
I think it's similar. I think college, the fans, the fans are just, it's a lot of fans. They're not sitting down, they don't have seats. It just, you just squeezing in there. I think half of them probably they're on fake tickets or whatever. So, it's exciting. But with the NFL and the playoffs with this year, it was exciting.
Talk to me now. You're in Vanderbilt. You're All-American. You're starting to shine for them. And then at what point did you start hearing from NFL scouts that they were taking an interest in you for coming up on the draft?
What point did I hear? I didn't know. I just knew after my 3rd year I was going to leave school. I think I was a true junior or whatever, so I was just waiting. I know I had got good my 2nd year and did a little better my last year or whatever, but I was just ready. I was ready to go.
Did you know anything about Chicago when you got drafted by the Bears?
No, not really. I seen a couple of games or whatever, so, but other than that, I didn't really know too much.
Your nature isn't, or on the surface, doesn't look like it to have any fear. You're pretty confident in your abilities and yourself as a person. Was there any nervousness when you first got there?
Well, kind of, because coming out of the draft, I know I got picked in the later rounds or whatever, so it was like.
Well, 4th round's not too late.
Man, it was late. I was so upset because I know I had did so much in college or whatever, with the help of teammates and all that stuff. But I had did so much, and I just knew like, okay, with the stuff that I've done, like I'm a go first, 2nd round or something like that, and so now I ain't got to start on the bottom again or whatever. So. Sure.
Now, but when you say that you had expectations of first, 2nd round maybe, and what you could, how tough is it for a kid? I got to believe people all around you also in your ear. Oh, DJ, you should be the man. Oh, you should do this. How hard is it to block out everyone else and try to stay a little bit grounded? Can you?
Well, yeah, you can stay grounded, but for what? I'm looking at what I've done. I'm not looking at what you're telling me. I'm All-American. I'm
Right.
just not. I mean, in the SEC first team or whatever, so it's not like I'm playing against. You know what I'm saying? Pros and Joes or something like that. So
You're not coming from Ivy League.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, but
What was that one moment, that it moment where you finally felt that you realized you're a member of the NFL?
probably my second year. This year coming. The first year I didn't do nothing. You know, had an attitude. I was just upset pretty much the whole time. And I mean, you just seen how everything went.
Yeah.
It wasn't really it just wasn't on you to play that year or whatever. So probably the second year around when it hit me, probably soon the season was over. You know, it's like, man, I did something wrong. I didn't play or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah, if people, you know, that watch anything and don't know, I mean, you got a lot of use in the nickel. It was also depending on who the quarterback was and the other team, what their scheme was. Mm-hmm. Number of picks, and at key moments, it seemed that you really were able to grasp and seize the moment when you got a chance to step on the field. You got to finally show yourself. Has that been something that you've always worked into your life? If the doors open a crack, you better bust through it.
If it's open, if you don't bust through it, they'll shut it. They'll shut it quick, you know. And now in the NFL, not only they'll shut the door, they'll take everything in your pocket, send you home, and all that good stuff. So,
you know, a lot of guys play for love of the game. Do you have that love, that passion?
Yeah, I got love for the game, but to be honest with you, you gotta pay me, man. I'm trying to get. I mean, this is a job. It's a job, a game within the job. You know, it has a game structure, but it's a job.
It's all business.
So it's all business. It's not like. You good, you play. Now it's like, hey, if you getting paid a little more, you play. If coach like you a little more, you play. If coach then deem you the next great thing, he got to follow through with you. Coach can't look stupid and saying you the next big thing and not follow through with you. So it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So.
You know, they talk about the number of hits. It's like getting into an auto accident every time you get hit and stuff. Is there a way? Can you make someone like myself or a fan realize really how physical this game is?
Yeah, well, the thing about it is when you see people get hurt on hits that don't look very hard, that's how you can tell. You know, the hit, it looked like he just fell or whatever, and you're not realizing that he may have broke something or whatever. And sometimes the hard hits are not even really that, not that hard or whatever. But it's a tough sport. Guys running 20, 30 miles per hour, hitting each other. You know, you're not in the car, but this is your body, your brain, the stuff that helps you function every day. It's dangerous.
Best feeling for a defensive back on the field, what is it?
Interception, but not only the interception, probably if you talking trash, I don't really talk too much. If you talking trash though, and the person talking to you, and then you pick the ball off, or something like that, you know, I think that's how they'll probably scoring or something like that. So,
who's a good trash talker from your team, and who's a good trash talker from an opponent? Either that makes you laugh when he trash talks, or that just downright talks the whole darn game.
I think Olin probably.
Really?
He talks in practice. I'm pretty sure he talking in the game or whatever. So, I wouldn't doubt that. Other teams, I don't know. Haven't went up against too many guys to talk. Because, I don't talk. You know, if he did a good job, he did a good job. So, I don't know.
How much respect do you have for a guy who is a 10, 11, 12-year veteran in this league that they're still able to perform after all those years? I mean, you're a young guy. I remember what it was like to play young. Even if you're playing schoolyard stuff, you know, you felt better within 24, 36 hours. Mm-hmm. These old guys, how much respect you have for a guy?
You got a lot. I think mentally it's the best. If you can just mentally go through 10, 11, 12 years and just keep playing and keep up, just loving the game and wanting to play because you play that long, you loving, you really loving it.
You seriously love that game?
Yeah, so, I think it's just hard. After a while, you just, with all the stuff that's going on, you got families and you moving from city to city, you got kids going to school, got to leave friends and all that good stuff, so.
You're going to help out your teammate Johnny Knox at his football camp. Mm-hmm. What's it like for you to do something with these kids, these camps? How rewarding is it, and in what way does it make you feel good?
Well, you just helping kids. A lot of the kids, some of the kids may need more help than others, but I mean, it's just fun. I mean, the kids look up to you, they want to show off for you, you know, or even some of the people who help with the camp will come bring a kid to you. Look at this kid right here, he'll be the next whatever. They throw him a pass or show him off or whatever, but I mean, it's just real fun.
What do you stress to these kids? Is it besides the X's and O's? What's your message that you talk to these kids about?
Well, I mean, football will take care of itself. When you work hard, it'll take care of itself. But if you don't have the grades or whatever, you'll realize at the end of your senior year in high school is that, man, this is really what I needed, was the grades. And either that and like the SAT and the ACT, like take a lot of practice classes with it. I mean, it's tough.
Do you remember your SAT score?
It was bad. I bet I got into school. It was bad. It was like 890 with the old one. So it was like the minimum to get in,
right.
Or whatever. So it was. I mean, it was tough because some people are not that good at standardized tests or whatever. So but my GPA was high enough for the score or whatever. So as long as your grades are good and just taking them tests over and over again or whatever.
How has it been a lesson for you in today, the perception of what people think of you? So your own brand, making sure that when you talk to kids, when you do all that they really get the true you, that they don't get, you know, maybe what you're like when you're just hanging out with your boys?
Well, I don't know. Me, I'm always just me, you know. I want to be known as the nicest fan guy, whatever. So if anybody know me, any fan know me, I'm the nicest, you know, sign autographs, do whatever. I know a lot of people don't really you know, I'm out eating, I don't want to sign up for me. You can run up to me, you know. You coming to the game, you pretty much providing a way for me to live. It's pretty much how it is. So, I mean, I appreciate it.
What's been your most rewarding moment, and it could be on the football field or off it, for you right now at this young age, in the young part of your life?
Most rewarding moment? Jeez. To be honest with you, probably me and just women in general. Man, when I from college up, I used to, it was just to say, hey, whoever the sun rose on somebody or whatever. So now I'm just realizing, man, you know, you got to take care of people's feelings or whatever. So now I'm doing good.
You've been able to take care of your mom and your family now? Are you in a position now? It must be nice where you can at least give back a little bit for what they gave you?
Yeah, I mean, you're positioned to help, but right now, it's not like I done redone a contract
right.
or got some money, but so it's more so. I mean, you can help here and there, but I mean, it's nice. It's nice to get your first house and not have to struggle with paying the bills or whatnot. So, yeah.
Everyone's wondering, you know, lockout. What do you? Obviously, you're like everyone else, you're keeping busy because you don't know when you guys are going to play, right?
Well, I'm not worried about it too much. But if the lockout, says anything to anybody, is that, I don't have a degree. I'm going back to get my degree to probably Chicago State, probably start this summer or whatever. So you need your education. You know, you never know when they'll take what you're doing away from you or whatnot. So.
What are you getting a degree in?
Physical education.
So you really envision that possibly after NFL you could end up being in a high school teaching like that?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure. That's all I want to do. So I'm about to go down here, summer school or whatever, get started back.
Talk to me about now as we shift back into the NFL and your playing days. What was postseason like? They say it all. Everyone steps up their game and all. What is it like?
I don't think people step up their game. I think it's more of the feeling of you win, you out. You win, you go on, you lose, you out. So it's more of you selling out. The season is more of, oh, man, we lose this game, okay. We got 5 losses, we probably win the rest of these, we can get in the playoffs or whatever. So that's normally why the end of the year seemed like playoff games, because people got to get in and get out. But it was fun, you know. Especially to play a team that had, I think, beat us before the first time. Mm-hmm. It was fun. And then to play Green Bay, it's always fun.
You knew once Green Bay got in that it was going to be you two guys for the NFC Championship. You just had that feeling.
You just had the feeling. You just knew it. You just knew what it was going to happen. So
you love the fact that Green Bay and Wisconsin people just hate you and hate the Bears. I mean, that rivalry, as far as that's similar, I guess, to something you would have experienced in the SEC.
I think it makes the game funner. You know, I think the fans hate each other more than the players do.
Right.
But you try hard because you playing for the fans. So you just don't want them to get yards. You don't want nothing to happen. You know. Especially when you see Aaron Rodgers up on a pedestal or whatever, you're like, man, no, we gotta do something to this cat or something like that. So, I mean, it's fun.
Who's the best offensive player in your eyes in the league?
Offensive player in the league? Oh, man, that's a good one. I don't know. I think all of them pretty. It's just a difference. It's just different schemes or whatever. You know, people throw short passes, long passes, depending on what defense we playing or what offense somebody doing. So it's just, it's really tough to say.
Well, if I narrow it down, what quarterback then might be hardest one for you guys? I mean, you do a lot of blitzing. What quarterback has the quickest release that's hardest to get to that you think you faced?
Well, Aaron Rodgers had a quickest release if you see them throw the ball.
Right,
so,
under 3 seconds.
A lot of their passes are just short, and they have 5 receivers out there that he'll throw to any of them. That's what makes it real hard. So,
is there anybody that you look up to in the game
now? Growing up, I used to love Deion Sanders. You know, he was
prime time.
He was just cool in every way, shape, or form, pretty much. But now, honestly, Nick Roach, right?
Yeah,
Nick Roach. It's like he get hurt, come back, play, sometimes don't play. Coach may put him in, don't put him in. He love him today, hate him tomorrow, and his attitude don't change. He just come whenever Coach tell him to go in, he go in. No attitude like ever, like never. So, I couldn't even pull that off. Like, my attitude flared quick. I was like, man, come on. Like, you gotta do something. But pretty much probably Nick Roach.
All right, we'll give you a quick 5. First thing that comes to your mind, I'll ask you quick questions. You give me the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Favorite food?
Pizza.
Favorite singer?
Genuine.
Best car?
Honda. Gas. I gotta have gas, man. Make it a hybrid. My bad. Go ahead.
There you go. Let's go. Best dessert?
Cheesecake.
Hottest actress?
Hottest what?
Hottest actress.
I guess Halle Berry just came to my mind for some reason.
Yeah, that still works. Best basketball NBA team?
The Bulls.
You just said it for the Chicago fans.
No, they're the best team.
And best vacation spot?
I went to one, Costa Rica.
Really?
Yeah, it's only been the one, so that's the only one I can think of.
Yeah. Perfect. That's DJ Moore. Nice. Good.